According to a leadership expert from the Worldwide Institute of Leadership and Development, Professor Mazwe Majola, coalitions government in South Africa are causing disorder, disarray, confusion and instability. Now, earlier this month, African Christian Democratic Party and the United Democratic Movement have rejected the Democratic Alliance's proposed pre-2024 national election coalition Pact. During his victory speech after his re-election, DA leader John Steenhuisen vowed to prevent what he termed the African National Congress and the Economic Freedom Fighters' doomsday coalition in next year's national elections. Now, let's discuss this further. Professor Mazwe Majola joins us now via Zoom. Prof, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Now, you've obviously coined and told us that coalition governments are really causing disorder, disarray and confusion. And this word in particular, instability. What are we likely to see, in the coming months, in as far as coalitions are concerned? Because, whether we like it or not, they are a reality for South Africa.
Good afternoon, and thank you very much for inviting me. My humble submission is that, and my humble observation is that our country is facing a huge and invidious situation when it comes to the upcoming elections in 2024. Judging from what is happening with the municipalities as far as these coalitions government are concerned, our country will be in a serious problem if it's led by a coalition government at national and provincial level. Because we have seen that our leaders are not yet matured enough, especially our political leaders are not yet matured enough to understand this type of system, the coalition government. Our leaders are there for their egos, for their self-enrichment, for their self-interest, their self-serving tendencies, and their positions and power. They are not there to serve the people. So this is going to be a disaster. It will create instability in the country, as we see happening in the municipalities. There is a mess there, there's instability, there's confusion, because these leaders can't find another. They are more about themselves instead of people that they are serving.
Well, we know that the elections that are due next year, will test exactly, the extent to which the decline in terms of dominance of the African National Congress. And it is perhaps what has led the DA to then, propose this pre-2024 national election coalition pact. But you don't seem to have any confidence to this pact. Talk to us about what your thoughts are.
Let's just take that one, the so-called proposed DA-led moonshot pact or coalition. It's not going to work. We know that, number one, DA is very arrogant. DA is very bullying. DA wants to be the one in charge. I bet you when it comes to that, DA will not give another coalition member to lead the coalition. That is why it's called a DA-led coalition, because they want to be in charge of this coalition. So again, you can see there that even the different parties are calling for DA to say, look, you are suffering from the superiority complex. Come down, meet us, let us discuss, so that we can find one another. So that's a problem. And then you'll find these small parties like PA and others. As you can see, what is happening in Johannesburg. PA, it comes across as a very unreliable partner or unreliable coalition partner, because it went with ANC-EFF-led coalition, and then they elected the Mayor Ahmad. Now they are crisscrossing to DA for the upcoming motion of no confidence. They say they will be voting for DA. So you can see that within a few weeks, it's very possible that you might find Johannesburg with another new mayor, because our political leaders, they don't want to be served. They want to serve. They want to be in charge. That is why it's about politics, or it's about positions. They don't want to give each other a chance that another one has won. Let us continue as an opposition party. But as soon as another party wants, the others, they are scheming, or they're immediately scheming and trying to say, how are we going to for this organization. But so you can see that the problem is not about the system. It might be working in another very immature. It's their political leadership immaturity. That they are about ego, it's about position, it's about power, it's not about people. So unfortunately, which is very unlikely, but the best situation come 2024, it will be a one or wins an outright majority, so that it can then lead and other parties become oppositions, and then the communities and society hold that party into account. But we know that as things stand now, it probably that's quite unlikely. But that instability that is coming post 2024 is very, very unfortunate. It makes one to be very worried as what will be happening after the general elections.
Prof Majola, thank you so much for your time. Let's leave it there for now. Unfortunately, that video link is not so stable. But of course, Professor Majola goes on to say that, maybe in South Africa, what we need is one party to win with an outright majority in order to keep the order.